All right, what's up, everybody? So here we are for episode 3, and can't tell you how excited I am actually to be doing this episode 3. A lot of you have already heard that on February 5th, which is just over a week ago, I had a heart attack. Came out of the blue. I even went back and watched episode 2, which I filmed just 4 days before it happened, and I seemed fine. I felt normal. Didn't really, have any symptoms, and just so happened whenever I was at, Squadron PT, just started feeling some immense chest pain and collapsed on the ground, right at the end of PT, and can't tell you, how lucky I was that it actually happened at PT, because I had my, squadron members there, and, they took it seriously and called 911 for me and got me the medical treatment that I needed, right around the 15-minute mark, which was huge. After talking to all the doctors and stuff, I had, what was called a myocardial infarction, with a STEMI elevation, which they call the tombstone chart, and pretty much after 20 to 40 minutes of no treatment, there's irreversible damage that's done to your heart, and luckily that I was treated within that 15-minute mark, and according to the doctors, they're anticipating that I could make a full recovery from this, and I'm hoping so. I've already made some drastic changes, with my wife and our diet, and I'm really kind of going to more her diet now, more plant-based diet, cutting out a lot of the meats and sodium and stuff like that. Cut out, energy drinks, sodas, all that stuff is pretty much been eliminated so far out of my diet, and feeling pretty good right now. A lot of people have been asking me, like, oh, what did it feel like? And the best way I can describe it is kind of what they talk about, on TV is, except for me, it felt like someone took a baseball bat, the handle part, and put it right here, and laying on your back, of course, and it just felt like someone was pressing down on that baseball bat. The pain only hurt right dead center of the chest. It didn't hurt here, here. It was just dead center, and it was just real crushing pain. And then, of course, the hands went numb. And if you want to know what that feels like, just take both of your elbows and just bang them on the table until you get that static feeling in your hands. That's what that felt like, and that wasn't fun either. I remember just constantly rolling around on the ground, just trying to find a position that was comfortable, or a little more comfortable, but it just wasn't happening. So very thankful to be here. Again, thanks to all my squadron members, to all the EMS personnel from the base, from Wayne Memorial Hospital here in Goldsboro, and then they transferred me over to the Rex Heart and Vascular Center out in Raleigh. Everybody was amazing. Definitely helped me out, and here I am, or just a couple of 7 days later, I'm out, but 48 hours later, I was walking out of the hospital, which was just absolutely amazing to me. And that just shows you how critical it is to get that care as quickly as you can. I mean, this story could have been a whole lot different for me and my family if this would have happened after PT and I was driving home. I had like a 22-minute drive home, every day from work, and a lot of it's, isolated highway, so there's no telling like how long it could have taken for EMS personnel to get to me, if it would have happened while I was driving. Just, who knows? Thankfully it didn't happen that way. But without further ado, let's go ahead and look at February. This is also good news. Episode 2, I showed you that we already started having some red numbers, right? And I knew it was going to happen. I was just hoping it wasn't going to happen that soon. But here we are, February. We've already turned it over. we're showing some green numbers again. You can see in the upper left-hand corner, January for the month was the overall account value was down 2%. So far for February, we're only 13 days into it, but we are now up 6.06% just for the month of February. So that number pulls our entire portfolio into the green. If you look in the bottom right-hand corner, just over 4.05% since we started 1 January, which is great. My goal was 1.5 to 2% growth each month, right? At 2% each month, that puts us at 24% for the year. That's phenomenal. And right now we're back on target for that. So let's kind of look at the numbers a little more in depth. So overall account value, we did add some money today. Today was payday, so went ahead and dropped some cash into the account. I added another $150 to our emergency fund down in the bottom right-hand corner. So now our emergency fund is up to $600. Overall account value, when you add our stocks, our cash, and our emergency fund, is now up to $9,847. So our profit now, last episode we were actually negative $148, I think it was. Yeah, negative $148.21. Now we are at positive $298.94, so almost $300 profit since we started. So big turnaround, and you can see that just from the last episode we've gained $447 in profit. And I haven't done anything. The money's just been sitting. Naturally, I couldn't really touch it anyway if I wanted to last week, but and our best performing stock now is Nvidia, which last episode was the worst performing stock. It was down 4.5% or almost 5% last episode. It has completely turned around in just 13 days and is now up 8.97%. So that's phenomenal. Now my worst performing stock is Booz Allen Hamilton, which is down 2.25%, which isn't bad. We'll wait this one out and go from there. I probably am going to go ahead and purchase a couple more shares today since I have cash waiting, and I will walk you through that process real quick. So let's go ahead and do this. So again, if you have a TD Ameritrade account, super easy. Just go up to Trade, click on Stocks, ETFs. Now the two stocks that I'm going to be buying today is AMT, which is an American Towers Corporation, I believe it's called. I've been doing a lot of research on them. It's going to be my first real estate investment trust play. Basically, they lease all the real estate for all these cell towers and stuff like that. But I would advise you, if you're interested in them, go out there. The information's out there. Just read up on them. They seem like a pretty good company. Their chart is phenomenal over the last several years. So, all right. So quantity. Let's go ahead and type in the symbol. All right. So AMT. I don't know how many I can buy because I'm only going to put $775 because I put in just over $1,500 in cash. And I'm going to buy two stocks today, so it's like $775. I'm going to split it right down the middle. So I don't know how many shares I can buy. So there's this little button right there. You can say I want to invest this amount, $775, and it tells me right there that I can buy 3 shares. Perfect, because it's $254.82 per share. So I'll go ahead and hit enter. I want it to be a market order. That means I'm going to pay the price right now, what it is, and it's going to enforce today. So just review order, right? It shows me how much it's going to cost. Commission, 0. That's nice. Place order. I actually need to look up why my commission fee is 0. I actually don't know why. I've had this account for a long time, and I've made a lot of trades, so I actually need to look into that. Normally I think it's around $7. So that's actually kind of nice. All right, so it shows that it was filled already. So if I go back to my account and look at my account overview, it should be in my, actually, let's go to positions. It should be, and there it is, American Tower Corporation, Real Estate Investment Trust, common stock. I already own the shares. So that's how easy it is to actually buy shares. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 companies. So now I'm going to buy another company. And I've been, keeping an eye on, this one actually is kind of a higher risk one. It's a company called Enphase. I was going to do Microsoft, but a buddy of mine kind of turned me on to this Enphase company, and man, just 3 months, he's gone up 100% already, and the outlook for the future is actually looking pretty good on this company too. So it kind of sucks that they've already ran up so high in just a short amount of time, but I kind of want to get at least a soft position in them, and I may have to add more to it later on, because with a stock that runs up this hard, this high, or this fast, typically there's a pullback. But they are announcing their quarterly earnings next month, early next month. So, a lot of times quarterly earnings will dictate a trend or a direction that the stock is going to go. So we'll monitor that one after I actually buy some. All right, so trade again. Let's see. I'm trying to remember the symbol. I think it was ENPH. Let me click let's see. Yeah, ENPH. All right, so that's the symbol. And again, I'm going to buy 775, so I can buy 19 shares. It's currently $39.98 per share right now. It actually looks like it already is dropping a little bit today, so that's actually good. I'm actually getting it at a discount. It's down 3.7% just today. Let's see if I can take a closer look at it real quick. Yeah, so it's down like 3.5% just today. All right, so let's say, whoops, that disappeared. Let's try it again. 775, enter. All right, so we're gonna buy, let's see. Sorry guys, I'm kind of contemplating this one a little bit. My other company that I was thinking about buying was Microsoft. So let me take a look at them one more time real quick. MSFT. Let's see. Another thing I like about Microsoft too is they still pay a dividend as well. Their 3-month chart still looks amazing. This company is super healthy. They've been doing so well. 1 year, 3 year, I mean, just constant growth. So let's go back to Enphase one more time. Oh, computer screen's freezing up on me a little bit. There we go. Nope. Go back. Alright, so 1 month. Yeah. Like I said, this one's been steadily growing as well. They've had a pretty good run. 1 year, 3 year. I mean, just constantly growing. So, yeah, let's do it. All right. So 19 shares. Gonna buy it. Again, commission is 0, which is nice. Still don't know why though. All right. So just like that, I should now have 5 companies. Alright, and it shows my total cash sitting in my account now is $79. So I planned that out pretty well. And that will just sit there. I'm not going to buy $79 worth of shares. It's just not going to happen. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Alright, so here we are. AMT, Booz Allen Hamilton, Enphase, Facebook, and NVIDIA. I have five different companies. As you can see, NVIDIA is still my best performing stock at 8.96%, doing very well. Facebook is up 3.8%. Enphase I'm not really worried about because I just bought it seconds ago. Booz Allen Hamilton down negative 2.78%, and AMT just bought it a few seconds ago, so not really going to count those. So now what I want to do is kind of show if I was still done with money, what could I buy? I just cruise around the Facebook marketplace and I got some money stashed away now in retirement, but what if I wanted to just go pay cash for something? So this is what I found, which I thought was pretty awesome. It's a Hayabusa. And if I wanted to right now, I could go just pay cash for it and go riding around in this thing. It'd be pretty fun. But kind of the text up here, it says, is your goal to retire or is it to have cool toys? and mine has shifted. It's to retire comfortably, set my family up for success, financially, and eventually get to a point where you have where you have the option to work, not where you're forced to work. So that's kind of where I want to go. Now 100,000, that's the goal for these 2 years. That's not going to get me there. The end goal is much higher than that, and it's going to take some years to get to that point. Now, if I would have started this process at 18 years old, started investing, started doing this over the last 16 years or so, I'd be in really good shape. But didn't do it. Just getting a fresh start. So that's why it's going to take some work, and eventually we'll get there, hopefully. But definitely excited to keep going. We'll go back to the main screen right now. So like I said, looking up to recap, -2% last month, already 6% this month, complete turnaround. Glad it happened, because now you can actually see it, that there's going to be some red, like I mentioned before, but the thing is, just don't panic. A lot of times, like I said, a lot of times you'll buy stocks and then they'll immediately turn red, and for new investors that's tough, because you're like, oh my god, I'm just burning money right now, I'm losing it like crazy. And you can physically see this right here, that it does work if you just stay the course. It can, and most of the time does, turn around. So we'll look forward to the next episode. Again, episode 4 will be right around March 1st. The next payday, we'll drop some more money in, and haven't decided what company it's going to be yet. It probably will be Microsoft. That was kind of on deck for this episode, but it made a last-second substitution within phase. So we'll look at Microsoft, because I definitely want to get into that company as well. I made some money on them last time, so looking forward to owning some shares of that company again. But definitely thank you guys for all the kind words that you gave me on Facebook while I was in the hospital. I didn't get a chance to reply to a lot of you. It's just because it was just so many coming in at once, and I was trying to talk to my guys on text message at work, my leadership. I was just trying to, and my family, of course. Plus I had my wife up there with me by my side, which was just amazing. And I didn't have a lot of time to respond to everybody, but I definitely saw everything that you guys were saying. I definitely appreciated it, and look forward to seeing you guys again moving forward. So that does it for episode 3. If you haven't already, would appreciate the like and the subscribe. Definitely helps me out, I think, in the long run, and of course you'll get notified whenever my next videos come out. So I appreciate it, guys. We'll see you guys later.